I'm just waiting to see if this is going to go live. Just give me 1 second while I watch the dial turn and turn. It looks like it's going to go live. This is good and beautiful. I'm live. This is Sandy Rask. I'm in the Food 2.5 kitchen, and we are here today looking for twice the flavor, half the calories of all the foods we're making. And today we're coming to the end of our Thanksgiving specials, which is making me a little bit sad, but it means that we're almost at Thanksgiving. And the food group that we have today is pumpkin. So I'm going to do a couple of unusual items. Oh, Liz, it's so good to see you. And Julie, fantastic. Carla, oh, all my friends are here. Hi, Mary Beth. So good to see all of you guys. Today, let me just make sure that the volume is okay here. Today is pumpkin. And I know you all know how to make a pumpkin pie. Better, you know how to purchase a pumpkin pie if that's what you want to have. But today what I thought I would do is a pumpkin vinaigrette, which would be good either for your Thanksgiving dinner or for the leftovers afterwards. It's a good, really basic recipe. But the other thing I thought I would do that's pumpkin today is a pumpkin pudding, which is vegan. And I'm doing it on the stovetop, and I swear, once you guys see how easy this is to do, you may never go back to boxed puddings ever again, because this is so much better. I can just guarantee it, and absolutely no extra work. So it's a coconut pumpkin pudding tonight, a pumpkin vinaigrette, and then just to round it out, because I'm seeing all my friends from Dr. V's group here. Hi, Christina. Hi, Valerie. So nice to see all of you. Oh my gosh, I've got to scroll down again. Darlene, pumpkin. Yes, Liz, we're doing pumpkin. I'm so glad, Carla, that you love pumpkin. Mary Beth, I am so happy that you guys all love pumpkin. This is great. But if you're from Dr. V's group, you know that we launched today our new Club 2.5. So anyone with us today who's not in Dr. V's group, who wants more information, please leave your information here on the in the notes for me. I'll definitely get back to you, and I can give you all the information. We're doing some very, very cool things in the clubhouse. So let's talk about a pumpkin vinaigrette. So you know, a pumpkin vinaigrette, or any kind of vinaigrette, is generally 1-to-1 oil to vinegar. It's got a blob, as I call it, of mustard, and then about half a blob of something else to give it more flavor. And tonight, that other blob is going to be pumpkin. So it's the easiest. So I'm just going to start with that. And actually, I'm going to turn the stove on just so I can get that going. I have to tell you, I've been a little behind with everything that's been going on, and I forgot. I didn't even know until an hour ago what our show was about. I know I should be telling you that I'm more organized than this, but today was kind of a blur. And so I came down and I was like, I said I would do pumpkin, and thankfully I had pumpkin in the cupboard. So it's been a roller coaster of a day, and I'm just thrilled with everyone who's here. Sarah, so nice to see you. Rhonda Larson, how good to see you as well. Hopefully you're staying warm on the East Coast. All right, so I've got the stovetop warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and get some things going into this pumpkin. I'm starting with 1 can of coconut milk. And you know, in my cupboard, I only stock one kind. If you have low-fat coconut milk and you want to use that, fabulous. But I tend to do the full fat, so if I need it, it's there. And then if I want to lighten it up, I'll put something else in with it, water or chicken stock. And tonight, since it's pudding, I'm going to put some almond milk in, because that's going to drop the calories quite a bit for me. So I'm going to put a can of coconut milk in here. You have to be kind of careful when you're working with canned coconut milk, because the fats come up to the top and get solid. And if you're not careful, then they tend to go over your stovetop, because it's a little bit of an explosion. So that's the coconut. Then I'm going to put about half a cup of sugar, and you can really adjust this based on what you're going to put in. And because we're putting pumpkin in that's unsweetened, I'm going to put about half a cup. And once you have this technique down, this pudding as a dark chocolate is unbelievably good. So I'll make that for you guys sometime. But I'm putting, this is raw sugar. Remember, again, I don't like to use I don't like to use brown sugar. I don't like to use white sugar because they're all based on bleached sugar, and the brown sugar has high fructose corn syrup in it. I just use the raw sugar. We've got it over a medium heat, and what I'm doing right now is just melting the sugar. Let's see, can you see? Yeah, you can see that pretty well. This angle's not bad. All right, so that's just gonna go a little bit. Then the thickener of this is arrowroot. And I happen to like, hey Cynthia, so nice to see you. I happen to like arrowroot better than cornstarch. I think the consistency, and you're gonna see it when I get to the end of this, the consistency of arrowroot is much, much better. So I use it if I ever make gravies, which isn't that often, because I'm just not much of a gravy person. But I love arrowroot. And it looks just like this. It looks a lot like cornstarch. And it comes, let me just, here, I'll pull this out so you can, well, this is kind of dirty, so you can't really see it. But anyways, it's arrowroot. It's a root vegetable. They dry it out, pulverize it like this, and then it's ready to go. And it thickens just like a cornstarch does. So you don't want to put it directly into the warm. So I have 2 cups of almond milk. That's the second liquid we're putting in. And I'm going to put half a cup of the arrowroot, maybe just a little bit less than half a cup. That looked like a lot. I don't know why my recipe said half a cup. And then okay, all we're going to do, it's just like making gravy. You just want to make sure that it's all mixed, because then you won't get lumps in your pudding. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. Let's add. We're going to add pumpkin to this. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week. It's been a great week, but it's been a long week. I'm going to put about half a can in here. Yeah, maybe about half, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so I've got half a can in there. Then I want to put a little bit of spice in this. Now, if you had pumpkin pie spice, if you had cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, any of the pumpkin pie spices, those are really good. I happen to have this, and let me just put that right up there by this. This is chai masala spice from Spicewalla. If you guys haven't gotten, hey John Clark, so nice to see you, and Ashley, nice to see you as well. If you guys haven't ever ordered from Spicewalla, I got it the first time on Amazon. If you need it quickly, you can go to Amazon, but they're in North Carolina and they're a really, really good quality company. I love this. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks for the slack. I need it. I am so tired. But this chai masala, it has an aroma that is, oh my gosh, it's like pumpkin pie spice on steroids. So let me get a measuring spoon. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to put in, honestly. I said I'm getting a measuring spoon, but I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm going to go over, because I kind of like the chai masala. So I'm doing a rounded, I think this is a half teaspoon. And I'm probably going to I'm going to do probably a whole teaspoon. All right, so we've got that. Then we want to put a little bit of salt in this. Because sweet, you always want a little bit of salt. It balances it out, and it just makes the sweetness richer. Then we're going to take this slurry that we made with the arrowroot, and we're going to add that. And I can hear that the liquid is starting to come up to a boil. Okay, so I want to keep measuring this. And I know I said I was going to do the vinaigrette first, but we're going to go ahead and get this, because I want you to see how fast this is. And then it'll cool by the time I'm done. But look at the color of that. Can you see that? This color is gorgeous. I could have probably put a little more pumpkin in if I wanted, but I just thought I would be conservative with the pumpkin. Let's see, I've got a spoon over here. I'm just going to take a quick taste, see if I've got the spice right. Oh yeah. This is luscious. So this would be a good dessert for anybody, but in particular, this is a beautiful vegan dessert. So this is something that you could very comfortably serve anyone who wanted to be who is vegan at your dinner table. So you're going to just stir until this thickens. This is just like making gravy. It really just, you can tell it goes from liquidy to thick super quick. Is the milk room temperature? No, it came out of the fridge. And I'll show you. The coconut milk is, because the coconut milk is canned. But the almond milk is this Califia, and that came out of the fridge. The coconut milk I use is canned. I like that better than the coconut milk you can get in the refrigerated department. It has a whole lot less calorie ingredients. So when you look at the back of a can of coconut milk, it has like 3 ingredients. Let's see if I can. Ingredients, yeah, coconut and water. In fact, this one in particular is really, really good. And you know what's interesting is I've made this pudding so many times. I've made chocolate versions, and I've made tropical versions, and I've made butterscotch. You can tell the difference when you use impure coconut milk, because we've had it not turn out well. And then you look back at the ingredients, and the only difference is the quality of the coconut milk. So I always buy that. I always buy the Califia unsweetened almond milk. I think it's one of the best out there. There's some cleaner ones, but it's the one that's most readily available. So here you can already see it's starting to kind of thicken up. So this is also one of those really good things for breakfast the next morning. I would serve this with like some toasted nuts on top of it and maybe leftover cranberry sauce. Yes, Cynthia, pumpkinness. Oh my God, I love that. You guys are hilarious. The last thing I'm going to make, if I make it to it, is a cocktail, because I'm kind of in celebration mode today. We did a really, really good launch, and I had to say my team, a shout out to Shannon and Sharon and John and Carla. You kept me focused all afternoon. It was awesome. We got everyone in. We got everyone processed properly. We had all of our stuff up the way it was supposed to be. So I'm really, really pleased with, with what we were able to do in the clubhouse. All right, I'm going to turn this up just a little bit because it's taking just a bit. Then let's see what else. I'm going to let that go kind of on its own. We'll watch it. All right, so the vinaigrette, I'm going to make enough for a couple of days. But I love this. I love this pumpkin vinaigrette. Again, I'm using pumpkin. Let me just show you the pumpkin that I'm going to use. Okay, 100% organic, only pumpkin. This is not pumpkin pie. This is just pumpkin. And if I were making anything other than a pumpkin pie, you could get your own pumpkins, roast them, and it would be so good. I did the total shortcut with the canned. The only caveat I always have with pumpkin, and I've seen this with a lot of baking groups, is you can't get roasted pumpkin just nearly as fine as this. So if you're going to make pumpkin pie, buy the can. But for anything else, you can roast it. Okay, look at this is already. Now let me just show you. You see how thick that's already getting? Yeah, this is so. Oh, this is really, really cool. It almost tastes like eggnog. It's a little more pumpkin-y than eggnog, but it has that kind of, because of the nutmeg that's in the chai masala. Oh, this is perfect. I'm like 30 seconds and this is going to be done. This would be good served with dried cranberries on top of it, nuts. You could serve white chocolate chips with this. If you had, I had some of those, I had some ginger snap crumbs that were gluten-free. Those would be so good sprinkled over the top. Oh, you know what I have? Pomegranate molasses drizzled on this would be really, really good. There it is. Okay, I'm turning the stove off, and we now have pumpkin pudding. Did you guys see how easy that was? I don't know why anybody buys boxes of pudding. Look at this. I'm going to come right up. Woo! Okay, right there. Look at how good that looks. Oh my God. Let's see. So you could make this with all almond milk. You could actually make this with any kind of dairy, non-dairy that you want to make it with. I personally like the combination of the coconut milk and the almond milk. The almond milk takes the calories down. The coconut milk gives it that like richness. But if that's not your speed, if you want to do it with real milk, you could. If you wanted to do it with oat milk, if you wanted to do it with any other milk alternative, this works. Okay, so make some, I'm gonna eat some more. So make some pumpkin pudding. This is a good holiday one anytime. So from here, what I would do is put this into a casserole dish, cover it with plastic wrap, and put that plastic wrap down over the top of it, and tuck it in the fridge. And it'd be good in there for days if it lasts. Okay? My boys are home. That's dead. That's already eaten. All right. Now, vinaigrette. Let's make a batch of it for a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of this pumpkin. It doesn't take a lot to flavor the vinaigrette. So let's just do maybe about quarter of a cup, okay? You can see, and I'm using one of my old gelato containers to make this in because we're going to shake it. All right, then for the vinegar, I'm going to use apple cider vinegar because apples and pumpkin I think are just a divine combination. So let's just put some of that in there. All right, then let's put mustard. So we want mustard because we want this to emulsify. All right, you can use Dijon mustard. This is a spicy brown mustard. It's just what I happen to have. You could use a grainy mustard. I love those. And I love a really traditional Dijon mustard too. So let's put, as I call it, the very technical term, let's put a blob. There you go. And I tend to like more mustard than most because I like it to really have a tang to it. All right, so that's mustard. We want to put just a drizzle of maple syrup into this, just to give it a tiny bit of sweetness. All right, so that's it. Just not even maybe a quarter teaspoon. All right, then a little bit of garlic, and today I'm cutting every corner today, okay? So this calls for a little bit of garlic, so about a clove of garlic. And then I like a little ginger in here too, so if you've got that, you can throw that in. If you had fresh ginger root, fabulous. If you had fresh garlic, even better. So let's do that. And then just enough avocado oil or EVOO, whatever you have in the house, to really pull it together. So I'm going to just about double that volume. So you're going to see, I'm going to have this dressing over 2 or 3 days, maybe longer, because this is going to be quite a bit. All right. So let's get that. And the beautiful thing about using containers like this is I don't have to, I can store it in the same thing that I make it in. So no extra dishes. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Now I didn't put any salt and pepper in, so let me just taste it now and see what it needs. Not much. Not much. We're going to put a little bit of salt. And I'm just doing a quick sprinkle. And then let's get some pepper. Where did my pepper go? Oh, it's over here. Make sure I don't get pepper into the pumpkin pudding, right? That would not be a good move. All right, let me just do one more shake, and then we'll try it on a vegetable. All right. I'm gonna have arugula for salad tonight, so let me just grab a couple pieces and we'll try this. When I make dressing, I like to try it on the vegetables I'm going to serve it on. So that way I know what it's going to taste like as a salad, okay? We're just going to drizzle a little bit. Let's see. This is so great. So I don't do this very often. I don't think about it unless it's Thanksgiving, but the pumpkin gave it a thickness that you don't normally have with a vinaigrette, so it made it like a creamy vinaigrette, but it didn't overly sweet it. And we put so little maple syrup in that it really has a nice balance to it. I'm going to make this again. This is a beautiful, beautiful vinaigrette. Now serving that tonight, I'm going to do the arugula. The spiciness of the arugula is beautiful with that pumpkin vinaigrette. And then the other thing I'm going to serve it with, I have these gorgeous, we still have more of these persimmons that I got from my neighbor. I mean, look at this. And they're soft. So I'll show you what they look like on the inside. These are so pretty. I don't know if you guys do placed salads very often, but I love doing a placed salad with these persimmons. Because I think they're so pretty. But look at this. Let me just show you. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Let's just see if I'm missing any questions. Yeah, these are all, let's see, what can you use instead of sugar? Oh, God, you could use anything you wanted. You could, because the sugar isn't part of like why it gets thick. It gets thick because of the arrowroot. So you literally could put maple syrup, agave syrup, honey in that instead of sugar. You could put date syrup. You could put pureed dates, would be phenomenal in this. I make a faux caramel out of date puree and vanilla extract and salt. And I could have put that in there to sweeten that pudding. Awesome. It would be so good. Now, when you go to those, especially when you go to like a date sweetener, they're a lot higher calories. So you've got to really pay attention to the serving size if you go that direction. Okay. Let's see. Oh, the pomegranate molasses. Did I give you guys that recipe? Okay, so that recipe, let me show you here. The pomegranate molasses, and the very last thing I'm gonna do is make a cocktail with this. So, but this is so beautiful. Let's see if I can do this without, look at that. It looks like blood. It's so thick. Look at that. So all this is, and let's see, Liz, if you're still on here, we had talked about this today. So all this is good quality pomegranate juice that I put into this pan and I cooked down to this. And you cook it down by about 50% over medium heat. So it's not a full boil. It's just enough where you go, okay, you can feel the steam coming off of it and you have to stand over it. You cannot multitask when you do this. Because I've had to throw 2 pans away because I multitasked and forgot about it. And when it gets down to that point at the bottom when it's burned candy, might as well forget it. Just throw the pan out. There's no coming back from that. So now when I make this, I usually make this a couple of days before a holiday or before a gathering. I never do it in the middle of things when people are here because I'm too ADD for that. But let me put a little of this. I'll show you what this looks like. This is so, I mean, look at that. Look at how thick that is. So, And I think persimmons are underrated. I think they're one of the prettiest fruits. They're really simple. I like them in a salad where I would put tomatoes, but tomatoes are too acidic to me. So I like these because they really they kind of sit in the background and whatever you put on them is so good. Let's see. Show us your container, please. Which container? Tell me, Lisa, which container are we talking about? Come back and tell me again. Let's see. Where is the link to join? Oh, join2.5.com. Join 2.5. Yep. Let's see. I know they're good size persimmons, aren't they? Let's see, the faux caramel. Oh, yeah. So if you guys haven't made the faux caramel, that video is out on my Vimeo channel. So vimeo.com/food2.5. I've got there's almost 40 videos out there now. And one of them is the faux caramel. You've got to take a look at that. That took all of like 5 minutes to make in a food processor. And it's such a lovely thing to have around the holidays. Like it's really good on, just on a cheese or on a slice of apple or with some pears. Oh no, you tried with cranberry juice but it failed. Okay, my guess, Pam, is that the sugar content on your juice was too high. You probably had what's the big Ocean Spray is my bet of what you had. You've got to go to the produce section and get the bottles. Palm is the brand that I like. But I get that in the produce section, not in the juice aisle. Okay? All right. Cranberry juice. Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Oh, Amy, thank you for that. Oh, Carla, thanks for putting that up. That is fabulous. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me, since I've got the pudding done, and let me give you one more show of the pudding. Because now that it's sitting there, oh my God, this is so, look at this. This, you know what this is perfect for, you guys? This is perfect for making trifle. I don't know if you make trifle, but I love trifle. But this is, look at this pudding. Isn't that gorgeous? Pumpkin pudding. And we had it done in about 7 minutes. So there's that one. The dressing, let me show you that one more time, and then we're making my cocktail. It's that kind of day. Oh, I got a ladle. Well, all right, so part of the salad's already in there. Here, you can look at it on the lid. Isn't that gorgeous? I would totally do this for a Thanksgiving dinner, just to kind of pull the flavors together. All right, cocktail for this evening. So I have this gorgeous pomegranate molasses. Now, a holiday cocktail, a very simple one that I would do, is champagne with a drizzle of this in it. This is unbelievably good. It's concentrated down, it takes very little, and the little beads, you'll see, kind of just bead into it. It's gorgeous. Tonight, I don't want to open a whole bottle of champagne. It's not that kind of night, but I do want a little bit of something to drink. And I'm gluten intolerant, so I don't tend to do much in the way of dark alcohol. I don't do any of the grain-based ones. I don't do scotch, I don't do bourbon. I tend not to do whiskey. Occasionally I'll do those, but not very often. There's controversy right now in the kind of the healthcare field as to whether grain-based alcohol has gluten in it or not. They're actually not really sure, and they're kind of split in their opinions. So I just say, if I like other things, why would I have the grain-based alcohol? So that leaves me with plenty of choices. I tend to do vodka if it's potato or sweet potato or quinoa based, and there's some really good ones out there. I love gin. Some of the new gins that they're doing are so herbally. Rum, which is made from sugarcane, and this was a gift, tequila that's made from the agave plant. So what I'm going to do is very, very simple. I'm going to put a little bit of tequila in here, and when I get off the screen, I'm going to put ice in it. I just, I won't drag you through having to go and get that, because I really want you to see what happens. All right, then I'm going to put a little bit of lime juice in it, because I just think it's so much better with lime. It just is. So let's put a little lime in here. Yeah, this is definitely going to need ice. But this will be prettier this way. All right, and then we're going to take our spoon and just drizzle some of this in. Now, can you see? Yeah, you can see that. Look at how pretty that is. Here, like a little more. This is more than I'd want in the drink, but it's so pretty. And then it just kind of sits down there at the bottom. Look at how gorgeous that is. And you're not putting much in, so you're not getting a ton of sugar calories, right? And then it just turns into this gorgeous kind of light pink. So that's it. So we hit pumpkin. I have a Russian peasant background, so I do vodka. Awesome. Okay, I have to tell you, when I don't look up and then all of a sudden I look back and I see some of these comments, it's hilarious. All right, well, I want to say cheers to everybody. We've got pumpkin pudding, we've got pumpkin vinaigrette, and we've got a lovely pomegranate cocktail that I'm now going to go and enjoy. And Amy, you're going to find arrowroot on Amazon, and I'm happy to put a link up here if anybody wants the kind that I get. But I want to say thank you to all of you. I'm Sandy Rask. This is the Food 2.5 Kitchen. I'm thrilled to be here with you and cooking. We've got one more Thanksgiving show on Tuesday night. I'll figure out before Tuesday what it is that we haven't made yet, and I'll put that out on our Facebook page. And then I'll be back to cook with you Tuesday evening. All right? Thank you so much. Total gratitude to everyone for helping me make my dreams come true. Have a great night and enjoy your pumpkin and enjoy everything in your Thanksgiving dinner.